Welcome to StarWatch Now, your front row seat to all the hottest gossip, drama, and breaking news from the world of entertainment. If it's trending, shocking, or star-studded, we're covering it. Stay tuned. You won't want to miss what's coming next.
When Wang Yibo quietly remarked that he was not particularly photogenic, the internet paused for half a second before breaking into collective disbelief. The comment did not sound like a complaint, nor did it feel rehearsed. It slipped out naturally, almost casually, as if he were talking about the weather rather than his own appearance. And then came the reaction that pushed this moment into viral territory. Liu Yaowen could not help laughing. Not mockery, not exaggeration, just genuine amusement. To him, the idea itself felt unreal. A face that has made millions stop scrolling, a presence that dominates stages and screens, described as not photogenic. That laughter did not dismiss the statement, it amplified it. Because sometimes, the most compelling stories are born from contradictions that feel too strange to ignore. In a world obsessed with perfect angles, flawless filters, and carefully edited images, one of the most recognizable figures in modern Chinese entertainment was quietly suggesting that the camera was not telling the full story. That single sentence opened a door to a much bigger conversation, one that goes beyond celebrity and reaches directly into how we see beauty, authenticity, and ourselves. And once that door opened, it was impossible not to step inside. The phrase, not photogenic, usually carries a certain weight. For most people, it sounds like a small disappointment, a soft admission that the camera never quite cooperates. But when it comes from someone like Wang Yibo, it transforms into something else entirely. It becomes a mirror held up to the limitations of the lens itself. Fans have long noticed an interesting pattern. His photos are striking, polished, and undeniably attractive. Yet those who have seen him in person often say the same thing in hushed, almost stunned tones. The camera does not capture everything. Something is missing. The depth, the sharpness, the quiet intensity that fills a space when he walks into it. This is not a failure of styling or lighting. It is the nature of two dimensions trying to compress a three-dimensional presence. Bone structure, proportions, and spatial depth do not always translate cleanly onto a flat surface. What feels powerful and vivid in real life can soften, flatten, or fade when filtered through glass and pixels. Liu Yaowen's laughter resonated precisely because it acknowledged this unspoken truth. In the industry, it is widely understood that certain faces are built for motion rather than stillness. They come alive when they turn, when they speak, when light shifts naturally across their features. Wang Yibo belongs firmly in that category. His face carries structure rather than decoration. Defined lines, balanced proportions, and a calm, restrained expression that changes subtly depending on mood and movement. These are qualities that cameras often struggle to interpret. In photographs, eyes can appear smaller, contours less pronounced, expressions frozen at the wrong moment. In person, those same features create a sense of clarity and presence that feels immediate and almost tangible. What makes this story resonate so widely is not just admiration, it is relatability. Ordinary viewers understand the feeling of being misrepresented by a camera all too well. We have all opened our phone cameras only to wonder why our reflection suddenly looks unfamiliar. The swollen angles, the distorted proportions, the strange sense that the image on screen does not match how we feel inside. When a global star acknowledges a version of that frustration, even from the opposite end of the spectrum, it creates a quiet connection. The struggle is different, but the experience is shared. The The camera is not a neutral observer. It is an interpreter and not always a generous one. This idea gains even more weight when placed alongside Wang Yibo's professional history. In documentaries where he appears without heavy styling, facing harsh environments and unforgiving natural light, his features remain remarkably defined. Without filters, without careful angles, his structure holds. On red carpets, even from a distance, his silhouette and presence are immediately recognizable. In films, he has taken on roles that deliberately strip away glamour, adding roughness, texture, and imperfections. Yet the camera still finds him compelling. This is not because of surface-level beauty, but because of something more foundational. Presence, the kind that does not rely on polish, and therefore does not disappear when polish is removed. There is also a quieter, more reflective layer to this conversation. In recent years, audiences have become increasingly aware of how images shape expectations, insecurities, and self-worth. Filters smooth away reality. Algorithms reward a narrow definition of beauty. Against that backdrop, a statement like, "I am not photogenic," feels unexpectedly grounding. It gently reminds viewers that images are not truth. They are representations, often incomplete ones. When Liu Yaowen laughed, it was not just because the statement sounded ironic. It was because it revealed how far removed online perception can be from lived reality. This moment also highlights a shift in how audiences engage with celebrities. The fascination is no longer only about perfection, it is about nuance, about contradictions that feel human. A star who dominates magazine covers yet acknowledges the camera's limits feels more approachable, not less impressive. It suggests self-awareness rather than false modesty. Confidence without arrogance. And that balance is increasingly valued by viewers who are tired of extremes. Beyond the personalities involved, this story succeeds because it reframes admiration into reflection. Instead of pushing viewers to compare themselves unfavorably, it softens the space between celebrity and audience. It says that even at the highest level, perception is fragile and tools are imperfect. Beauty, presence, and impact cannot always be frozen into a single frame. Some things need movement. Some things need proximity. Some things need to be experienced rather than captured. In the end, Liu Yaowen's laughter becomes the emotional punctuation mark of the entire narrative. It releases tension. It reassures. It turns what could have been a boast into a shared smile. The conversation does not end with envy or distance, but with understanding. And perhaps that is why it spread so easily. It did not demand outrage or blind praise. It invited curiosity, recognition, and a gentle rethink of what we believe images are telling us. If you enjoyed this deeper look into a moment that quietly says a lot about fame, perception, and authenticity, thank you for spending your time with StarWatch Now. Stories like this remind us that behind every viral headline, there is often a more interesting human truth waiting to be explored. If you would like to hear more thoughtful takes on the moments that shape the entertainment world, consider subscribing to the channel. Your support helps us continue bringing you stories that go beyond the surface. Until next time, take care and remember that not everything meaningful can be captured in a single frame.